also we have just recently thrown it into a podcast. And so we realize there are people out there that are maybe not watching Joan and John share their insights today, or per se watching Nick whip up some awesomeness in the kitchen. But he is always doing some great things. And if you're curious, please jump over to YouTube if you want to see a visual of what he's up to. But Nick, what you got going on tonight?
Yeah, thank you, Troy. And thank you again to Joan and John for being such amazing, not just amazing people, but amazing guests on this show, and for providing such healthy, organic, nutritious food for people like myself and Troy's family and all families across the United States, except Arizona and California. For some reason, it's illegal, but we won't get into that. So we're going to stay within the theme of blueberries for tonight's recipe. And we're coming up on Valentine's Day. And I thought, what's a real simple, light, delicious dessert that Troy, that you and your boys could make for their mom on Valentine's Day?
I love it.
So I really want to start because as Joan and John were sharing, I want to share something from a book that I keep in my kitchen called How to Eat by Thich Nhat Hanh. Thich Nhat Hanh is a very well-known Buddhist and meditation teacher. And he has this book called How to Eat. But I think it really ties really well into what Joan and John are doing in the world. But this entry is called Nothing Comes from Nothing. With just a little bit of mindfulness, you can truly see where your bread comes from. It has not come from nothing. Bread comes from the wheat fields, from the hard work, and from the baker, the supplier, and the seller. But the bread is more than that. The wheat fields need clouds and sunshine. So in this slice of bread, or this blueberry, there is sunshine, there is cloud, there is the labor of the farmer, the joy of having flour, and the skill of the baker, and then miraculously, there is the bread. The whole cosmos has come together so that this piece of bread can be in your hand. You don't need to do a lot of hard work to get this insight. You only need to stop letting your mind carry you away with worrying, thinking, and planning. So
beautiful, man.
Anyway, so as we think about, even as we kind of venture into Valentine's Day and, nothing comes from nothing, I think it's just really important, if you're just whipping up this Valentine's Day dessert, like to really have that mindfulness of the intention of putting this together for that person that you really care about for your Valentine's Day. So we're putting Valentine's Day in a bowl. We're going to have some fresh blueberries. We're going to whip up some coconut whipped cream, and we're going to top it with what I call a little Wild Joy Crunch Coat. So here's what you're going to need to have. So you're going to need some blueberries. You're going to need a can of coconut milk that you kind of put in the fridge for overnight so that you can harden up the coconut. You're going to need a hand mixer as such. And then in the recipe, in the notes, we have what's called the Wyld Crunch Coat. So this is a take on a Dairy Queen ice cream topping I used to love as a kid. That had a lot of sugar in it. This has no sugar in it. So this is a like toasted coconut, toasted almonds with a little cinnamon and salt mixed in. It's really great for like throwing a little crunch onto salads or desserts, yogurts, things like that. So it's one of these staples that I kind of keep nearby. But it's really super simple. I just put it on a nonstick skillet on about medium heat and then throw those ingredients all together. Be very careful because it can burn very quickly. So you want to kind of constantly stir it. But I've already have it done. The other thing you need is you need a metal bowl to do your mixing of your coconut milk. I like to keep it in the freezer. You definitely want to do this if you're actually using real like heavy cream. I guess old habits die hard. It's not necessary with the coconut cream, but my mom taught me really well, so I'm just gonna stick with it. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna put the coconut and we're gonna put the can of coconut into our metal bowl, and you can kind of see it's already it's very gelatinous. It's already it's very stiff. So when we go to mix it, and I drain like a little bit of the liquid and off the top. Just to kind of have a little bit of liquid. So I'm going to put that in my cold metal bowl. I'm going to add a touch of honey. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little hand mixer, okay, and we're going to give her a go here. See it. Gotta speed her up here. And you can kind of see now that it's like almost looks like real whipped cream, right? So it's these peaks going. And I just love this coconut whipped cream stuff. I love the flavor of it. I love how simple it is. I'm going to give it a little taste check for the sweetness level. And then there's a couple other things that you could add to it for a little bit of extra flavor. One is a touch of cinnamon, which I'll go ahead and do. And one of the other things I really like to do is to add a little pinch of cayenne pepper. It gives a nice little bite at the end, but it doesn't it kind of just pricks the tongue when you taste it. So let's just mix that in. Okay. Put that off to the side. We'll do a little taste check. Beautiful. Okay. I could lick this bowl, I think. It's like a spoonful.
Is the taste check mandatory?
Yeah, it's always mandatory.
Yeah.
Well, at least it is for me. Like if I'm cooking, no matter what I'm cooking, I want to be salt checking. I want to be checking for taste before I actually give it to the people that I'm serving. And you don't want to give anybody bad food. So
I told Kellen that as a benefit. I said, the benefit of cooking with Dad is you get to try all the food while you're making it. So, and he loved that. I will share with our listeners that I did chat in both of these recipes that you're covering with us so that they have the links.
Awesome. So then you'll if you're serving for 2, serving for 3, serving for 4, however many people. So this coconut cream, that will at least serve probably 8 people or 1 if you're me. I'm going to start with the base of blueberries. And then I'm going to kind of try to do a nice little cone, get a nice little scoop going, see if I can make it look kind of pretty. And then I'm going to top it with my crunch coat. I like to hold it kind of high. All right, and so again, you have a very healthy, very delicious, very simple, very light Valentine's Day dessert that took me probably with the crunch coat. I don't know, it takes 5 minutes. This maybe took me, so in 10 minutes, you can have something really, really super delicious, light, and incredibly easy. Even your kids can turn the power mixer going, right? So hey, why not give the kids a power tool?
Should I hide that secret, Nick? Should I make them actually hand crank it? Right?
Yes, you can hand crank it, but it takes a little bit of time. I tell you what. So But there you go. So the mixed berry wild crunch coat Valentine's holiday dessert. So thank you so much, and enjoy. And make sure you tell whoever is your date that I don't know, wherever you're at in your relationship, just please share how grateful you are for them. You know, I just think gratitude is so important these days. So share gratitude, share love, put a smile on your face.